Okay, okay. Hello, dear friends. Michelle is back on the line with you, and I remind all you that I'm an expert in international finance. Today, I will tell you about another major fraudulent project in the field of trading on international financial markets. At the same time, of course, I'd be much more pleased to spend my time and yours, of course, on improving your financial literacy or telling about some curious historical facts from the world of trading. And I hope that my material today will also be interesting and informative for you. Why are scammers and not some informative and useful technical analysis too? Believe me, over time I'll get to the materials on technical analysis, but for now, it is important for me that you simply do not fall for the bait of scammers at the very beginning of your professional career. After all, everyone comes to trading with one single purpose. No, of course, you can hear from professional opinions that they came to trade on the international financial markets at the call of their hearts, conscience, morality, and any reasons, in fact. But the truth is only one thing. We all become traders to earn a lot of money. To earn so much that our children, grandchildren, or even great grandchildren, as well as ourselves, will never need anything else. Yes, this is certainly a somewhat mundane position, but it is honest and truthful, and that is exactly what it really is. And I believe that there is absolutely nothing to be ashamed of your desire to live beautifully and satisfying. This is normal. It is a characteristic of every normal person. This is our biological nature, if you like. And imagine the situation. At some point, you became emotionally and morally ready to finally change your life for the better. Found a suitable platform, in your opinion, where you will invest, collected several thousand euros, transferred them to replenish your trading deposit, and the money appeared on the account. And also, your personal manager appeared so friendly and helpful. He has become closer to you than a best friend. He tells you everything, shows you, and advises you. And the main thing is that he gives such good advice. The deals that he recommends you to open often bring you such a coveted profit. And then, at some point, a very unpleasant situation occurs. That transaction that you open goes into a sharp loss, and your deposit rapidly shows you the figure zero. And the manager says that, well, this is the market. It happens because you deliberately took a risk. And what happens? Have you changed your life for the better? No. Have you acquired something? Also, no. You just lost, and if you succumb to the pronunciations of scammers to replenish the deposit again, you will lose even more. Yeah. I don't want you to find yourself in a similar situation, and that's why I'm shooting my reviews of various fraudulent projects for you. Today, we will analyze a project with a beautiful name, EuroinvestEC. In my article, I will analyze him in detail and explain why he cannot be trusted in any case. A little comment for you, my friends, before we begin. I really ask you to like my video and ensure maximum repost of the material. The more people find out that I cannot recommend investing on Euro Invest EC, the more likely it is that one of the novice traders will keep a cool head and keep their money. If you have any questions or you have already encountered the actions of this scam, be sure to write me about it in the comments or directly contact me at the contact listed in the description of this video. So, I'm starting a detailed analysis on the Euro Invest EC project and I invite you to join me. Let's go back. Okay. Okay. So, friends, now we are on the central turn of the EuroinvestEC project portal. And I honestly want to tell you, perhaps this is one of the best portals that I have ever seen. I will, I will, I will even say more. I have seen the portals of white license brokers, which are implemented worse than what we are seeing now. The portal is made at the highest technical level. In addition, it contains a lot of diverse and interesting content. Yeah, pay attention to how pay attention to how well the feed of current quotes of the most popular trading assets is made. Everything is very ergonomic, bright, and attractive. Yeah, and this really pleases my eyes. And I'll tell you honestly, I'm just horrid mm, by what your investee did. Well, well, guys, this is a real scam. I know for sure that these are international criminals who belong in prison, but they have made a really cool product can deceive not only a beginner but also an experienced speculator. With, with regard to the sections that we have already examined, in fact, everything would be just fine if it contained at least some useful information from a practical point of view. In fact, if you start to study closely what they have on the website, it becomes clear that a beginner will not understand at all how to trade correctly in order to make a profit after studying all the information available here. Next, I really want to draw your attention to the fact that EuroinvestEC project openly says that it is not a classic stock exchange but a CFD broker. There is not even a hint that apart from working with contracts for price differences, trading implies some other activity. There is no mention of classical stock trading. In a word, the content of the portal can impress only a person who is not yet a professional trader. There is no information about where the EuroinvestEC project gets liquidity from. That is, what's on the basis of which you are being traded. There is also no mention of who is the depository with which EC cooperates. Yeah, confused? So let's make a short digression. What is what is exactly sorry stock trading, which is actually trading which we all want to learn. Operations on the classical stock exchange involve the actual acquisition of certain assets by a trader. What assets? Again, purchase metals, oil, cryptocurrency, but most often we are talking about securities, stocks, and bonds. In fact, the trader gets ownership of a small piece of the company whose assets he acquires on the stock exchange. And he can wait until the price of the acquired assets increases in order to be able to sell the previously acquired securities at a higher price. And of course, do not forget about such a source of income as dividends, profit from the company's activities for the reporting period. And records that you have become the owner of certain assets uh, are stored in a special organization called the depository, with which the broker has signed a contract for the provision of such services. Which of the above do you see on the EuroInvest EC portal? I don't see any of this here either. For the banal reason, what there is simply no such thing because it is a scam. By the way, here's the question: is every CFD a scam or not? In my opinion, in my opinion, absolutely no, because you know there are personally um, CFD brokers who regularly pay things to traders, and some and these Euro universities in particular is not a wide TFD broker to whom you can trust. Also, I see the problem in the complete anonymity of the report. Look at what is written in the footer of the central page of the report. There is no even information about where the company is registered. In addition, all the payment systems that are used here are listed in the same place at the bottom of the page. Electronic money or plastic cards. Yeah, it's your transfer. If you decide to replenish the deposit here, will be carried out not in favor of a legal entity but in favor of an individual who will remain 100% anonymous for you. Yes, this anonymity, in my opinion, is the main problem in the aggregate, of course, everything else, which I have already told you about. You know how it works. All brokers know perfectly well. Commerce and disclosure of information about who is the project manager, an analysis, who is the liquidity provider, how many contracts have been concluded with liquidity providers is a banal rule of good form. This is that is, if you see that they don't tell you anything right away, doubts about the honesty and integrity of the project immediately begin to arise. And finally, it should be added that STC doesn't have the most important authorization document. It doesn't have a broker's license issued by the financial regulator, and all the activities of such a project simply cannot be considered legitimate. Back to you, my friends. Yeah. Okay. So, uh, what can I say in conclusion about the Euroinvest EC project? Obviously, this is the most common scam, not bad, I would even say qualitative made. However, this does not negate the fact that the project is fraudulent. It is impossible to make money here, but you can only lose money. Therefore, I do not advise anyone to invest here. That's all I have for you today. Thanks to everyone who watched my video. I hope you were interested. I say goodbye to you until I see you in my next materials. Ciao, guys.